Recognized for 3 minutes.
I thank my colleague for yielding. Madam Chairwoman, I rise in strong opposition to the Williams Amendment. This amendment would needlessly exempt auto dealers from critical vehicle safety requirements included in the underlying bill. While federal law currently prohibits auto dealers from selling new cars subject to the recall, there's no similar law prohibiting rental cars companies or auto dealers from renting or loaning out unrepaired, recalled vehicles. I Rachel and Jacqueline Houck's Safe Rental Car Act to close this loophole and prohibit rental car companies and auto dealers from renting or loaning vehicles under safety recall until they are fixed. And I am pleased this legislation is in the underlying bill. This harmful amendment, however, would put lives at risk by exempting auto dealers from complying with this common sense safety requirement. GM, Honda, Chrysler, and other car manufacturers who've issued safety recalls are loaning out tens of thousands of cars to customers while the repairs are being made. Consumers expect that the loaner cars they receive when they take their own cars into a dealership for repairs are safe to drive. But rather than ensure these loaners are safe, the Williams Amendment would allow car dealers to give out loaner cars that have the same exact defect as the car that's being repaired. The auto dealers are justifying this amendment by claiming that some safety recalls aren't actually important enough to require immediate repairs. This is ridiculous. NHTSA does not issue frivolous recalls. All safety recalls pose serious safety risks and should be fixed as soon as possible. Any claims otherwise is simply not true. Madam Chairwoman, it only takes one car with an unrepaired safety recall to tragically end a life. That's what happened to Rachel and Jackie Houck when their rented PT Cruiser caught fire and crashed into a trailer tractor due to an unrepaired recall. And that's what happened to Jewel Brangman when she was killed by the unrepaired Takeda airbag in her rented Honda Civic. Loaned cars from auto dealers should be no different. The Williams Amendment would let these auto dealers off the hook and allow them to loan out defective cars to unsuspecting consumers. Creates a nonsensical double standard for rentals and loaner cars, not based on how unsafe they are, but based on who's renting or loaning them to the public. Keeping unrepaired, recalled cars parked in the lot and out of the hands of consumers is common sense. I urge my colleagues to join me in opposing the Williams Amendment to ensure all consumers can be confident that their rental car is their loaner car is safe to drive, regardless of whether they get it from a rental company or a dealership. And I yield back to my colleague from Illinois.
I thank the gentlelady for her leadership. You know, I understand that everyone has car dealerships in their district and they're an important part of our economy, but this amendment serves one purpose and one purpose only, allowing car dealers and rental car companies to evade responsibility. Just like rental car companies, car dealerships rent and lease vehicles regularly, and just like rental car companies, car dealerships should not be renting or leasing cars that are subject to a safety recall without first repairing the defect. These are safety recalls on cars the auto manufacturers themselves have deemed necessary to repair. Can you imagine bringing your car to a dealer to get a deadly Takeda airbag replaced and then being given a loaner car with the same deadly Takeda airbag to drive while your car is being repaired? That's the situation that this amendment would allow. All of those subject to the Safe Rental Car Act, car dealerships are in the best position to fix these recalled cars quickly. Instead of this amendment, which weakens the Senate provision, the Rules Committee should have put in order the gentlelady's amendment expanding the provision to ensure used cars are not sold until recalls are fixed. Whether or not renting cars is the company's primary business makes no difference. A defective car is a defective car. Rental companies and auto dealers alike have a responsibility to their customers and responsibility to ensure that consumers' lives are not put at risk. I urge my colleagues to oppose this